Hello guys, I played another battle against Nathan. We kind of switched sides. I was the Lizardman, he was the Beastman. So yeah, let's see what happens. We're just trying out some of the new units, seeing how they worked, and of course getting some content for YouTube, which I hope you'll enjoy. I certainly enjoyed this battle. Playing on the new patch is a lot of fun. There's probably going to be a couple things that will not be completely balanced right off the start, but that's why it's important to also play these battles and see them so you can the proper feedback in based on what you saw. So I went with Tiktaq'to and the Skink Priest of Heavens. Now this is not just a meme. Figured from the last battle where his Troglodon kind of got stomped by a Doom Bull and a Gorgon, that it can be pretty scary to have characters on the ground against the current Beastmen, but they are not that much of an air force still, even with the Manticores, even with the flying Malagor. They just don't have that many range units either, so I figured let's put my lords in the air, let's keep them cheap, let's get a big army, and that way I don't really have to worry about running away too much from scary monsters like the Jabberslide or the Wargor on a chariot, who isn't a monster, but he's actually a monster in melee. He picked Malagor, and at first I thought, he's gonna be pretty scared of Tiktaq'to, because Tiktaq'to is the better fighter, right? But he has Enfeebling Foe. He's using it really well to try and hunt down Tiktaq'to. Malagor is actually faster than him, so we can catch him. So I'm trying to run away, fly away with Tiktaq'to, and when the Enfeebling Foe wears off, I actually turn around and start fighting. I can go I can go 2v2 here with the Skink Priest as well. Bit of a dodge there on the Pendulum. The lines are crashing. Duskor Chariots going into the Saurus. I'm trying to shut them down. The Skink Horde with Javelins. They're not super high armor, so Skink Horde with Javelins will do quite a bit. A big mosh pit is starting. Flock of Doom hitting quite a few of my units there. The Coxcores taking a lot of damage. This is no healing build, so I don't have as much sustain as I otherwise might have, but that Thunderbolt came in really nicely down onto those clustered Centaurs. Looking back, maybe I should have overcasted it, because it was a very nice opportunity to kill those units. And Malagor, now realizing he's outnumbered, is just sort of flying around, distracting my troops. The Chaos Warhounds coming in from behind. Look like they can get a nice chameleon snack here if they move. And yeah, my Feral Troglodon, he's sort of picking his targets, roaming the battlefield, trying to get some shots on that Wargor, but currently seems to be having a bit of trouble. You can see he's obstructed there, and he just hasn't used many of his shots just yet. Another Thunderbolt should be coming in here, along with a rock drop from Tiktaq'to, so that was quite nice, because my infantry was sort of struggling. Gorherd, of course, pretty good anti-infantry. Saurus Spears were brought more to deal with Minotaurs, Chaos Spawn, that sort of thing. They can hold their own against infantry, but they're just not really going to kill them. Very fast and brutal battle here. Nathan doing a good job getting these Croxigors out of the way. Those Duskor Chariots have been broken off. The Jabberslide is jumping around, doing its thing, slapping these Croxigors. His arrows flying from behind, and this game is epic. And Stegodon, yeah, he's just been sort of doing his thing, largely ignored. I guess there aren't too many things that can kill him, so he's sort of just been using his ammunition. Yeah, what's going on with Malagor? He's here, still being hunted. I figured I wouldn't be able to catch him, but if I can at least keep the pressure up, it's like a constant nuisance to micro my opponent. Also, because Malagor is the spellcaster, he will sort of be out of position a lot of the time to cast those spells. But Malagor now turns around to fight Tiktaq'to, and it's not a super fair fight, because the Centaurs, they're using their ammo on Tiktaq'to. Jabberslide took a lot of damage from the Centaurs there, or from the Croxigors there. And yeah, this fight seems to be going pretty well for Malagor. He is taking damage, but he's also getting some hits in on Tiktaq'to. try to zone out the Skink Priest, or I try to use the Skink Priest to zone out the Centaurs. And the Enfeebling Foe comes in. Should have probably casted the buff spell I had from the Lore of Heavens, the Harmonic Convergence. An Overcast would have been really nice here. Sort of counter that, but I didn't do that. Maybe I was out of magic. Not sure. Well, I was definitely not out of magic because I just used a Thunderbolt on these Grog Hoofs of Wolfram. And yeah, man, I love Thunderbolt. You can just send in a single entity. Units sort of automatically blob around it and then you blast them with the Thunderbolt. Of course, an opponent who is very quick will often dodge it, because it has a decently long cast time, but I feel like it's still a pretty good spell that you can get some reliable hits in with. The Stegodon is working on the Jabberslide. Let's see if it manages to nail down the last of its health. That shot missed. Now he's getting attacked. And he only has 3 shots left. Troglodon gets a shot in on the Centaur. And they are routing. Meanwhile, Tiktaq'to is being chased off the battlefield. Going to leave the battlefield pretty soon. Let's put an angle where we can see everything that's happening. I'm trying to save Tiktaq'to, but the nice thing about Tiktaq'to is he's pretty cheap, so even if you lose him, it's not the end of the world. Nathan's trying to break these units. We'll probably end up breaking them with that Mortis effect coming in. You can see the health going down very quickly there on my infantry as they get flanked by this Jabberslide. But the Jabberslide also gets shot by the Stegodon while he's in melee, no longer really moving around. I think the Stegodon is lining up the killing shot. Will he snipe it down? Yes, he got it. Jabberslide goes down. Apparently crushing some of the Chaos Warhounds as it falls. Although that might have just been an optical illusion. And yeah, I win this pretty hotly contested battle against the Beastmen. Very cool to have this sort of air battle going on between Malagor. It's very fast. And Wargor sort of went down early. Razorgore kind of got shut down. Centaur kind of got shut down. These Centaurs did really well. Because Warhounds were a good backline harass. Jabberslide took a lot of damage at some point from the Croxigores. I think you're gonna use the Jabberslide, try to keep it away from large, because the strength from the Jabberslide really comes from its animations. I feel we're just flying through infantry and not getting, you know, surrounded and chopped by Croxigores. Stegodon did really well. Troglodon did really well. And then the infantry sort of did what it had to do, which is hold his King Priest. He got some nice shots in. Tiktaq'to, you can see I definitely didn't use him optimally, but he still got quite a bit of value hitting Malagor. And that was a cool fight. I certainly look forward to playing more battles on this patch, and I have more battles coming up on the channel between 2 of the greatest players in the scene right now, so stay tuned for that.